All right, Viola's here is your practice video for your song, the tricky rhythm part of verse 3 for you guys. So I'm starting, I don't have your exact sheet in front of me, but I'm starting at the just very beginning of your verse 3. I'm going to have the metronome going at a quarter equals 62. I'm going to do every measure multiple times so we can just get the rhythms down in every measure individually first, and then we'll go back and go through the entire section. All right, so have all your counting in that we did in class, and then I'd also suggest putting slashes in where your big beats fall, where the numbers are, so that you can hear and see where the click is happening and where your foot should be tapping on which note, so that matches up right. Okay, so here's measure 1 of your verse. Oops, there we go. All right, first measure is actually pretty easy. So you're coming on the of beat 1. Think of it as a pickup to beat 2. All right, so it goes 1. Here it is again, and 1. Tying into beat 4, one more time, and 1. Alright, next one we've got some triplets going on. Again, it's a pickup into beat 2. And then I'm going to play one note further into measure 3 so you can hear how the 32nd notes at the end of the measure slur into the next measure. Okay, so here's measure 2. 1. Sorry, ready? And 1. Alright, so again it goes 1. Alright, so you've got one nice long quarter note for beat 3. Don't start the next note until beat 4. So do it one more time. And 1. Alright, so this next one's kind of the messiest one of the whole section. You're never playing on the beat, basically, except for on beat 4. They have tons of ties, and you have dotted eighth, and then the syncopated 8th, 16th, 8th, and all of that. So it's actually might be helpful to play this without any ties first, if it's giving you problems. But here's what it sounds like. So here's just the third measure, and okay, it doesn't help that it's just a lot of the same note. There's not much melody going on. Here it is again. Okay, and then that also ties into the next measure, but we're not doing that yet. All right, so one more time, and then we'll do the next measure 4. Here it is again. Okay, so now we're into measure 4. You've got a triplet with a G flat. So remember, G flat, same as an F sharp. So we're going to play this as a low 3. Have your F natural there. Just put your 3 right next to it, touching half step. All right, so here's measure 4. So that triplet happens on beat 3. It looks a little weird, but it actually does happen on beat 3. Let's try that one again. Here's measure 4, and all right. And then actually let's go back to measure 3 so we can tie into measure 4, since those are kind of connected there. So this is measure 3 and 4 together. Here we go. Ready, and okay, again, just kind of know where the tick is, where those big beats are, and that'll help you figure out when to change your bow. All right, so now we're on to the 5th measure of your verse. 16th rest, and then some 16ths right after. Watch out, you've got a low 4 for A flat, so no open A at the end. It's got to be A flat, low 4. All right, ready, and 1. All right, again it goes 1. So again, you're changing on the off beats pretty much the entire time, and then landing on your F on beat 4. Let's do it one more time. Measure 5, and 1. Oops, I messed that up, sorry, and 1. All right, next one, same thing. You're starting after a 16th note. B natural now, regular 1, and 1. Notice that happens on beat 3, that 16th note. All right, again, and 1. All right, next one, measure 7. Again, you're starting after a 16th note, and you've got that G flat coming back, the low 3. So here's measure 7, and 1. Okay, so that one's a little slower. They're not 30-second notes. Try it again, and 1. I keep messing that up, sorry, and 1. So those are just even 16ths, so they're kind of just offset by 1, which is a little tricky. So again, measure 7 goes 1. Still doesn't feel comfortable. Let's do it one more time. And 1. That's better. It helps. I accented my G a little bit more. That helps. All right, and then our last 2 measures, you go to a 2/4 bar and then a 4/4, starting on beat 2 here. So it goes 1. And then you hold that for the whole measure. Again, it goes 1. That's going to be a long one. All right, so go back and go through each measure individually as many times as you need to until you feel comfortable playing all those rhythms. Questions, come and see me. But let's try the entire thing all the way through now. Okay, here's from the top of verse 3. Ready, and 1. You're probably going to run out of bow there, so kind of do a slow bow. Nice. Let's do it one more time. One more time. Ready? And 1. There you go. All right. So think about where those big beats are. Play each beat individually again if you have any troubles, and then come and see me. We'll be doing this a lot, of course, in sectionals to get it all together.